Good morning, everyone. I have a clean for free for you today. And we are going back to the house where I've been there before. And it's the house where I emptied out all the laundry from one of her sheds. Not sure if you remember this video. This is the one where I did 14 loads of laundry from one of her sheds. Then she also had another shed, but we couldn't get the padlock off of it. She got that off, and that shed it's empty. We were trying to get rid of enough stuff for her, declutter enough to where she could empty her storage unit, because it's costing her $250 a month for this storage unit. So we are going to go over to that storage unit and empty it out and bring it to her. So it won't be like your typical clean for free where, we're like cleaning and organizing like a room or a bathroom or a kitchen or something. It's going to be like I just described. Anyway, come on, let's go. Here we are at the storage unit. Just a quick announcement. So this is my new logo, and you will see this logo on the thumbnail of all the clean for frees. And then if it's not a clean for free, I will not put that logo on the thumbnail. She rented this U-Haul van for us to fill up. And as you can see, I am very excited here. My husband was with me, and he took a few pictures because I wasn't sure what I would use for the thumbnail. This is the one I picked. My mom helped me pick it because she said it would keep people guessing. And here we are, the first look at the storage unit. So this stuff has been in storage for over 8 years. She couldn't really remember the exact date, but it started out, it was only $75 a month, but the price kept continuing to go up. Get all that to fit in here, which shouldn't be a problem. We started putting stuff on top, but then realized we didn't have enough other stuff to reach all the way up to the top, so we ended up having to move that back down so that it wouldn't fall off. We did coordinate it with a couple other people just because I didn't want to hurt my back, and also we didn't want it to be something that took like 8 hours. So that was nice to have the extra help. I finally just started piling things right here because it was faster than going up and down that ramp or climbing up that onto the bumper. We did find at least, I want to say like at least a dozen pairs of brand new shoes. Anyway, this black TV stand, we ended up just having to take to the dump because it was broken and it kept falling apart whenever we tried to move it. There were some sturdy boxes, but there were a lot of boxes that were open or ripped, and a lot of bags, just black plastic bags, and they were thin ones too, so a lot of them were like ripped open and stuff. This video is shorter than I expected because I had to edit a lot due to the extra people in my video. We also had to get rid of this foosball table that was all broken as well. This is all that's left in the storage unit so far. My husband is a trooper because I think he broke his rib the day before this when he was leaning over the garbage can trying to get something out of the very bottom of it and heard something pop. I don't know if you guys watch Fife Free Cleaning. It's two girls named Danielle and Stephanie, and they're from the UK, and I think they're from the UK. I'm embarrassed if they're not, Anyway, they have really cute accents. And they also do free cleaning. They were talking the other day about how it's hard to go back and coordinate to where, like, you say, oh, I want to come back to this house and finish this up or whatever. The stuff that you didn't get a chance to do. I'm telling you, I have been saying that about this house for all different things. So this feels really good to finally get this done. And you'll recognize the yard once we get to the shed and start loading stuff in. I will actually link the playlist at the end of this video and in the description box of all the free cleanings that I've done at this one same house. That way you'll be able to see, like, you'll hear me mention, yeah, I wish I could come back and do this or that. But yeah, he's doing pretty good for being as sore as he is, but he didn't want to let me down because he already agreed to help me with this day. I'm back there, you can see me in the middle, because we didn't leave ourselves any room to, like, put the rest of the stuff away, and our whole pathway was blocked. So I just had to, like, rearrange some stuff and make room so that they could get the stuff down from that top shelf where we piled it, because they didn't give us any straps to hold that stuff in. So I just don't want, like, them to hit the brakes and then all the stuff we piled on that top shelf just goes falling, you know? That just would not be good.
It's probably gonna fall. So I don't know.
It's empty. This is all that's left. We just gotta figure out how to get it in there. Okay, I'm not a professional mover, so I'm not exactly sure what we're gonna do here. I'll figure it out.
Well, I was trying to cut it off, but it's one of those ones. It's
really,
cobalt,
yeah.
right? It's a cobalt lock. So my bolt cutters wasn't cutting it. So what happened is the lock ripped off.
Yeah.
Off the shed, right? So the whole thing came off.
My husband was explaining how he had to get the lock off the shed. The shed that we're moving this stuff into is what I'm talking about. Yeah, because after we got the laundry out of that one shed, we realized there's not enough room for the storage, because this has been, like, in the works for months. And there wasn't enough room in the storage shed, even after we got all that 14 bags of laundry out. So then we were like, well, what's in the other shed? But we couldn't get it open. So yeah, he had to wreck the lock to get it open. Yeah. So anyway, here we are. So she wants to have a yard sale, and she could probably sell a lot of this stuff. But I think this weekend is our last nice weekend. So I don't know if she'll be able to get it together for this weekend. She might have to wait till next summer. Okay. Hopefully none of this stuff will fall down. I'll pose right in the middle of this here for you. And that's a wrap. We got it all in on our way to the house. Okay, here's the shed we're gonna put most of the stuff in. We can go to the dump today also, so that will be good. And like to get rid of that toilet. It's not a cute look. Watch the top left corner of the truck when they open it.
How the heck did that happen?
I don't know if you can see, but there's like a box hanging stuck. He's pulling it down now. They opened the lid and then it, like, a box. I don't know. That was weird. I didn't get a good before shot of it, but in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, there's this enormous blow-up toy. And here we are. We finally got the shed open. It is so nice to have all this help. It makes it harder to edit, but it's really nice. Anyway.
It's empty.
We had a garbage bag, we could just put it in the back of our car like we did the garbage.
Thanks.
I don't know if my hip goes out on me here or if I tripped over something. What was that? I'm just picking the recycle up out of here, and then the rest we'll put in a trash bag. There was like some drywall pieces, so he's just putting them in the corner behind this cabinet thing so that we can make room for all the boxes to fit nicely. So 8 years ago, she lived in a 2-story apartment, like it had a loft or something. Not exactly 2 stories. Anyway, it was big. And she said she put all this stuff in storage when she moved into a little studio apartment. And the reason why she moved is because it was super close to her work. So she barely even had to drive to work. I want to say, like, she said she walked to work or something. I don't know. But anyway, she went from a big apartment to a studio. So she put all this stuff in storage. And then it's just been there ever since because she moved again after that. But the place wasn't much bigger, so she just kept her stuff in storage. And then she bought this house, I think, like 2 years ago or something. I can't remember. But I don't know what kept her from moving this stuff out 2 years ago. I think you just get so used to just, I don't know, the way things are, and you just let them stay there. But man, it just sure adds up, because if you kind of gradually do the increases, because yeah, at the beginning I already told you it started out like $75 a month and went all the way up to $220, and then over time that's like $15,000 almost in storage for this stuff. Isn't that crazy when you think about it? Yeah. And she hasn't needed it for 8 years. And so, yeah. I mean, it'll be kind of fun, I guess, for her to go in there and check. Like, oh, I've been looking. She did say there's a few things that she keeps thinking about and remembering that she has them in storage, and like, so maybe she'll be able to wander around in here. And oh, by the way, speaking of wandering around in there, well, first of all, let me just apologize for how short this video is. But I mean, it's like we went to a storage unit, picked up stuff, and brought it here. Okay, so I mean, it's not going to be that long. But anyway, we did end up, I will do a spoiler alert, we did end up going back the next day. And so I will have the following week after this comes out, I will have another video for you. And yeah, it's going to be here at this same house. Well, just so you know, this house is only 10 minutes away from us, so it's easy for one thing.
So here, let me see.
This is empty. And we still got to get all this in. And then this is what the shed's looking like. So this is a pile of stuff that I took pictures of and sent to the homeowner because it was stuff that I thought she might want in the house. Because some of it she did say to be on the lookout for, like the shoe rack and the DVDs. And then some of it's like Halloween decor and stuff like that. So she said yes to all of it. So that's why we're moving it up.
I knew that was going to happen.
Okay, now I need to get all this stuff in the shed. So I purposely saved all these bags for last because I knew I could stuff them anywhere. I wanted to make sure that I had all of these sturdy, larger boxes in first around the perimeter. And then that way I could just stick the rest of the stuff in where I could get it to fit. And I tried to put most of the bags toward the front because I did give her the advice, like maybe go through one bag a day and just see if there's anything you can get rid of right away or donate. Now, like I said, she does want to have a yard sale, but as you'll see in the next video next week, when we went back, we did like a yard cleanup and the outside porches and the front and side yards. And we ended up having to put some stuff in the shed. So even though at the end of this, you're going to see a very satisfying shed video where you have plenty of space to walk around in the middle, but I'm just warning you that we did have to add a few things to the shed.
What happened to his head? Who's that guy?
I didn't bring any extra storage containers or anything, and this stupid bag is falling apart. It's so crazy. I have some moving advice if anybody needs it. Number 1,
All the bags?
never use plastic bags. I don't know if it's because these bags are 8 years old, but they're all ripped and stuff is falling out everywhere. Yep, once we get this pile picked up here, that is the last of what was in the storage unit. And we are packing it up so nicely. I mean, you still have plenty of room to walk around and look around at what you might want to grab. You know, it's like really nice. I love it. This whole job on this day took about 3.5 hours.
Looks a lot better than it did in the storage unit.
Yeah, for sure.
Way more organized.
If she traveled with us, like carry on, I bet people would like avoid putting their bags next to her. They'd be afraid that the glitter would get on it.
And I think that beautiful, sparkly bag was the very last thing to go in the shed.
Typewriter, because right, the rest is that pile of trash, this pile
Oh
of
yeah,
trash,
that's what I got. Yeah,
and
you're
then
right. Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. This shed is looking good. Way better than it did at the storage unit. Now, at the storage unit, there was a TV stand, a great big one, and also a foosball table that we ended up taking to the dump because they were broken. So, to be fair, those are missing out of what used to be in the storage unit. But doesn't that look nice? Here goes the tank of that toilet, and here's the seat of that toilet going to the dump. And here is another pile of stuff that is going to the dump.
This is the last of all that stuff that's going to the dump.
This is the same house that I did that toy room video in. This is the pile of dump stuff that I made actually that day.
Complete. That's a swing set that needs to get put together. But I'm not in that line of work.
One more small dump pile, except for the pool filter thing. And with that, we are leaving this house for this day. And here we are at the dump. All the stuff that has been in the yard. Just kind of makes you think twice before you go putting stuff in your Amazon cart, doesn't it? It's so sad. Anyway, I'll see you guys next week. Love you. Bye.